Is it near Tupper Lake?
It might not be as far as that. I don't know. I'm not sure where Tupper Lake is. This is north of Speculator.
Okay. Okay. How far north?
I don't know. 30 miles?
Okay.
Maybe 30 miles?
Yeah. How is your uncle doing? The engineer over in Pittsfield.
He's doing quite well, I think.
Yeah, well, good. That's Martin Marietta.
Yep, he works for, I think it still is Martin Marietta.
Yeah. Pittsfield is not doing well. Ooh.
Well, it has to rebound like Schenectady did when it lost General Electric.
Has Schenectady rebounded?
It's doing better than it had been doing. And just like the Hudson Valley when IBM pulled out.
Oh, yeah. Well, I want to thank Cat on the Roof.
Cat on a hot thin roof.
Yeah, Cat on...
15 a.m. Hi, good morning, Glennie. This is Joe Cronin over here in Lindenhurst. Last night's show was a repeat of last week, so that takes care of that. Yesterday I did get from Cablevision, I did get the paperwork. Now, if you get a minute over the weekend, maybe you could give me a call, and then I'll be able to forward that on to you.
Friend.
Okay, and then we can go over what has to be gone over. Thank you very much. 631-226-9507. Thank you. Have a good day. Saturday, 4:22 p.m.
Thanks, Glendora.
Who was that? Who was that? Do you know, folks?
Monday, 2:07 p.m.
Hi, Glendora. This is Paula with Mayor Roberto's office in Pittsfield. I just wanted to touch base with you. I know we had we had scheduled a meeting for you to come and interview the mayor on the 6th of October, and his schedule is quite filled this month, and I'm wondering if we can, I don't think there's a set time when this has to take place. I'm wondering if we can do it in the first 2 weeks of November. So if you could just give me a call and see if we can arrange that with your schedule, that would be wonderful. The number here, 413, bye-bye.
What day in November?
Tuesday, 1:09 p.m.
Hi, Glendora. Randy Kenneth at the Y. Wasn't able to get that on TV.
Why?
Kind of got into a situation here where I needed to do stuff here. But I have your camera and everything. Just let me know when you want to come pick it up.
I did. I did pick it up.
Thursday, 5:40 p.m.
Hi, Glennie. It's Victoria. I'm calling on Thursday about 5:45.
Troy.
I'm calling because I'm supposed to come out this Saturday with Andrew, but Andrew and I both have really bad colds.
You shouldn't eat meat.
That don't seem to be getting better. So I was wondering if we could reschedule with you for Sunday, the 11th of October. Hopefully we'll be better by then. But we're definitely too sick to come out this weekend. And I'm trying to get somebody to take the archiving workshop at the sanctuary.
How to archive?
Because I'm not going to be able to make that either. But maybe you're still going to come down to that. I don't know. It's 1 to 5 at the sanctuary, the archiving workshop. But again, I'm trying to get somebody to videotape it.
Thanks.
I can't make it. Okay, take care. Hope you're well and staying warm and not getting a cold or the flu. Take care. Bye.
I haven't had a cold for years. Not for years. Thank you, Glendora. It was the same person.
Friday, 1:07 p.m.
Hi, Glendora. Michael Sieber here, Friday afternoon. I've added some cities. You
Minneapolis, St. Paul.
may be surprised. Anyway, been working on that.
He's been fighting the court fight, the family court.
I guess the bigger news is that I finished
same thing as Rick Moon is going through.
Series of 12 shows, a whole year's worth.
My goodness.
And got those packaged up, duplicated, sent out to some stations. I'm working on others.
He doesn't have the stations to send them to.
Well,
that comes first.
Anyway, hope you're well. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, Michael C. Bird. God bless.
Friday, 2:46 p.m.
Glendora, this is Isma. Calling to say hello and to let you know I reached back safe in Fairfield. 315-422-6202. 315-422-6202. Have a blessed day. Bye. Isma.
Friday, 9:02 p.m.
Hi, good evening, Dottie. This is Joe Cronin from Lindenhurst, New York. Just wanted to let you know that this must be the third, maybe fourth week they have the same program on again. So
why do they do that?
9 o'clock on Friday.
They have 4 new programs
of 2
every
October
month.
2009, Anno Domini, and I guess I don't know what's going on with them. I did send you up the paperwork that they had sent me. You should have it already for the 2-hour program, I think on channel 115. So what's going on again, I don't know, but we'll find out eventually. All right, you take care, and I hope you have a good night. Thank you.
Saturday, 12:39 p.m.
Hey, Vesta, Paul calling you. Haven't
Reformed Church.
spoken with you in a while. I miss you. We love you. And I'd like to know if you know what's the best way to find something that you've misplaced in your house. And that would be to buy a replacement. Talk to you later. Bye.
He's right.
End of messages.
Thank you, Glendora.
I think it's Jackie Rickman in Brooklyn.
Good morning, Vesta. It's Paul, a Sunday school teacher. Asked the kids if Noah fished when he was on the ark. And after thinking a moment, one little boy said, "How could he? He only had 2 worms." Love you.
3 p.m. Hello, Glendora. This is Sherry calling from Pangea Vegan Products. I am really sorry that I haven't gotten back to you sooner. Things have been a little crazy here, personally and professionally. But I wanted to let you know that I have an appointment to take this stuff down to the cable access place next week. And I will give you a call after I'm done with that to see what the next step is, if they need you to send further programs direct to them or what the deal is. So I will speak with you soon, and thank you very much. Bye-bye.
The doctor said to Harry, "You mustn't shovel snow. You will have a heart attack." Harry went home and he said, "Son, will you please shovel the snow?" And his son said, "Yes, Dad, I'll start immediately." Harry had a heart attack. I have 2 comments. I do not think fishing is a nice thing to do. It's a horrible thing to do. How would you like to have a hook go in your mouth? And I do not like making worms suffer and having hooks go into them. Fishing, and they think it's fun. It is not fun. It's nothing but cruelty. Aboriginal. Wake up. As to message 2, Sherry of Pangea, non-cruelty products, she has the same heart that I do. I am sorry that you are having personal and professional difficulties. I send you pulses of happiness, wholeness, and health. And I am jubilant that you are going down to Montgomery County, public access, and further the good messages that we have. For instance, basically is something like a blue sky. Can you imagine that? 7th day? Half and half today. 7 days. Thank you. What a difference. 6th trip to Massachusetts. Now Rick Moon said he wanted to hand in my tapes. So I made him about 10 dubs yesterday. And I'll leave him at the courthouse breakfast nook. He's going to Troy today. When he gets back this afternoon, maybe he can pick them up and look at them. Then maybe he'll take them to the TV station Thursday or Friday. And this is Route 295, which is very, very pretty. Picturesque. And the 1993 Lincoln is getting new shoes. And this is Route 41 going into Route 20, going into Pittsfield. And the Reverend Bena Gita is having a Bible class, and I'd like to look in on that. And then we're to interview Dottie's at 1 and interview Reverend Bena Gita at 2. And Michelle's telephone number is a reorder. And we couldn't reach Mr. Madden. And Mr. Frankel took the tape down to the TV station and was very offended by the man there. I think his name is Norman Schaffer. And he was appalled that Schaffer wanted him to make a videotape and take full responsibility. Well, there's nothing to that. You know, what responsibility is there? It's Mr. Frankel telling his escape from Europe, one step ahead of Hitler, and making a success of his life in Pittsfield. It's a wonderful story. And Mr. Frankel, he says he likes the tape. Thank you, God, for your beautiful earth, the blue of that sky, the sunshine, the trees, the road, the mountains. Berkshire Mountains. Is Mount Greylock the highest mountain in Massachusetts? I sort of think it is.
And Titus, they went to work in this island. When and how, we don't know. If you get to know, please let me know. You see that here the Apostle Paul is not in prison. So this is why some scholars place Titus in 1 Timothy 2 and then
year by year, I think they got worse. But they simply be the way I look at my kids. So I can't see how those things would work.
Hi everybody, we're at Dottie's coffee shop and Jess is the owner and she's going to tell us how she started it and kept it a success. Hi Jess.
Hi, how are you?
That's nice. How do you spell your last name?
Rufo. R-U-F-O.
I think it's a wonderful idea. Tell me how you started.
Well, I grew up in Pittsfield and in South County. And I went to college in Boston and I came back to the Berkshires after being gone for about 10 years to specifically open the cafe because I really saw it as an opportunity to give back to the community that raised me.
Applause, applause, applause. And the concept, did you have the concept that early of the soft chairs?
Yes, I definitely did. I've worked in a variety of different coffee shops, in restaurants. I was born and raised in not born, but I was raised in a bed and breakfast, and
Where was that,
in Stockbridge.
In Stockbridge,
Yeah, so I had always worked in a lot of different restaurants and cafes, and along your journey in life, you kind of remember certain things.
You got money for college too, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Where did you go to college?
I went to Emerson College in Boston.
Yes, I know. It's a well-known college.
Yeah,
yes, right. And what did you take?
I studied print journalism.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Print journalism?
Yeah, print journalism. I didn't really know what I wanted to go to college for, and I didn't really care. I just wanted to go and have the experience, and my family was kind of encouraging me to go earlier than later, so I just kind of picked something and I went with it. I mean, I've always loved writing and I've always loved people, so I figured it was an opportunity to kind of go to school, learn something, and especially be in Boston. And
yeah, Boston is a great college town.
After growing up here and going there, it was like late day, I was like, wow, this is the world. Yeah, I was really impressed.
Now, what years are we talking about?
I left in the fall of '99, and I graduated in 2003. And then here, this is yours. Oh, thank you. Sorry. I graduated in 2003. I stayed in Boston for a year, and I got my real estate license and started making money that way. And I saved up, and then I moved to New York. And
whereabouts in New York?
Immediately, I lived on 103rd Street.
Did you?
Spanish Harlem on the east side. And all of my friends lived out in Brooklyn, so I eventually went to Brooklyn, and I lived in Brooklyn for 3 years. Carroll Gardens.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's in the northern part of Brooklyn. I don't know how well you know Brooklyn, but
pretty well.
And
you'll be on in Brooklyn too.
Oh yeah.
So maybe some of your old friends will see
you.
Yeah,
Carroll Gardens. So my hope was to open a coffee shop in Carroll Gardens. At first. So then I started to do my budget and my business plan, and it was just like $1 million. So
yes, right.
I started to think where else I could see myself living, and my first instinct was not, I'm going to move home to Pittsfield. It was, what are some small up-and-coming cities? Where is there, a town that needs community, that needs some help sort of jump-starting that? Where are the arts? Where are the people that I want to live with? And so I came back, and at that point, Spice had just opened.
What is
Spice? It's a fancy restaurant down the street that has a very contemporary look, and Rick's had been open for a while, which is a wine bar down the street. It's amazing, and I just had this feeling like I could do it. I could come back and I could really help bring the community together, and that's for me what Dottie's is all about. Is having a woman like yourself next to a teenager with purple hair, next to a lawyer, next to a painter. I mean, that's for me what this cafe is about. It's a place where everybody feels comfortable and everyone feels comfortable together, interacting.
People come in with their computers, don't they?
They do. That's kind of something that I think a lot of coffee shops struggle with, because the coffee shop scene and vibe is kind of a place where a lot of people like to relax and hunger in and stay in there for a while. A lot of places where writers like to come, or artists come to conceptualize, and it does end up taking up a lot of time and table space. So we're actually, this area that we're sitting in is going to be a big computer bar with lots of outlets. So people who want to spend all day here are more than welcome to stay here all day, but they have to be over here so that the people who want to come here and have breakfast and lunch will have the space to do it comfortably.
Yeah. This is a Greystone building, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And what was it like when you entered? Did you go down to the brick walls? Or?
When we are just starting our third year, so we're pretty much like 26 months old, right? So I took over this space, and there was a woman in here who was running a business called Bellissimo Dolce, which was an Italian bakery that also served coffee and some light lunches. So she did all the hard work, and I kind of came in and put my personal touch on everything, and took what I liked about her business and what I really, and took out what I didn't like about her business. It's easy to go around and be like, oh, I would change this, and I really had the privilege of doing that, So over time, we'll want to change this counter, and we'll want to change some other things, but we're just growing along,
The idea of the overstuffed chairs in the window.
Yeah.
That's great. And people go up the steps and they sit down in the overstuffed furniture. Yeah.
It's great. That idea actually came from Brooklyn, from a place called the Tea Lounge, which the one I used to hang out in wasn't Carroll Gardens. That's a rather newer one, but one in Park Slope.
Okay.
And they have a space that's probably 4 times the size of this, and it's all just plush furniture. And
you have a table in the window.
Yeah.
And are you very pleased with the progress?
Yeah, I really am. I'm amazed. I mean, when I started, it's when the economy started to crash, and I think that a lot of people were scared for us, and I never had a business before, so I didn't know, it was all just as hard to me. And I really think that having the sort of inhibited economy has allowed us meaning Dottie, to grow at a rate that's really comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I think that if we had been really busy right away, that we probably would have made a lot more errors. It would have been harder to tell where the errors were, and this kind of allowed us to grow really slowly and gracefully over time. So it's been great. This year so far we're making money, and I think for that being the second year is a really big deal. And I have other people who are in the business that support me and help me and answer my questions and pat me on the back when I need it.
I'll pat you on the back. I'll give you a good pat on the back. When I came in here, I felt it was a story.
Thank you very much. Was it the first time you were here?
No, it wasn't. I've been here other times when you weren't. Yeah. How did you choose the name Dottie?
It's my grandmother's name.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
You on your mother's side?
My dad's side, actually.
Yeah. In Stockbridge?
They're in Richmond, actually.
In Richmond?
Yeah. Yeah, they...
that was sweet. That's adorable, yeah.
My grandparents helped me out in the beginning to get this place going, so...
They must be very pleased.
Yeah, they are. They're really supportive.
And your mom and dad, too. Yeah. Do you live in Pittsfield?
I do. I live right by Pittsfield High School, actually.
And we interviewed, last week when we first met you, we interviewed Carla Lund, who owns Grey Lock Vintage, your neighbor.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a beautiful interview.
It is. Carla's amazing, and what she's done over there is unheard of.
Yeah.
She's been here for, I'm sure we learned, over 30 years,
Yes.
And
that's right.
The fact
29.
that she's held on for this long and is continuing to hold on.
Right.
And with such a magical place over there. I mean, it's magical. You walk in there and
feel
it's
it,
just
don't you,
like,
when you're going it? Yeah, you feel it. Yeah, we did too. Did you meet Greg Washburn? He's my friend.
So,
seen him around with me, I think.
I've been by here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Greg felt that same way about the Grey Lock Vintage.
Yeah.
Now, tell folks what your
what do you sell? You sell pastries, you sell a lot of wraps. Tell them all about it.
Yeah, Dottie serves breakfast and lunch items. We have an emphasis on local stuff. We serve as much local produce and baked goods as we can afford to do so. So you can have a pastry here. You can come for a scone or a muffin or a fresh baked croissant. We have gluten-free and vegan items from the Dancing Vegan.
Vegan got me right away.
And we have...
It was delicious.
Thank you.
And Greg will vouch for his.
The muffins and the scones, the muffin batter and the scone dough comes from the cakewalk, which is Italy. We pick that up weekly and we bake it every morning.
My goodness.
And yeah.
What time?
I come to work at 6:15. We open at 7, so that's actually not too bad, you know? And if you work the morning shift, you're done at 1 most of the time. I mean, I'm not done at 1, but this is the most desirable shift for sure. People always want to open.
So scones and muffins.
Scones and muffins and cookies and cupcakes and vegan goods. And then we do breakfast and lunch. So breakfast, we keep it simple. We do breakfast sandwiches. There's a couple different options. And then we also have probably 15 sandwiches, and some of them are vegan, some of them are vegetarian, and some of them are made with our house roasted meats, which all, you know, come to us in a real form, and we roast them in our oven, and then we portion them. So they aren't deli meats; they're real.
Are you vegan?
I'm not, but I'm not vegan or vegetarian. I love food too much to cut any part of food out, but I really appreciate vegetarian and vegan cuisine. I work it into my diet regularly, and it's important to me. Oh my God, what? Get it outside. It's outrageous.
It was so dark this morning.
Then it was sunny?
Yeah, I thought it was 7 p.m. last night. It was so dark. Yeah. Now go on and tell us, are you open? You're not open
7
for the
days a
supper?
week. Dinners. Dinners we do more so in the off season than the summer, just because we're so busy in the summer that I'd rather do less because we work so hard during our normal hours. But in the winters we do a series of dinners with our own chefs, and then we do a series of dinners with guest chefs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so this is a week from this Saturday on the 17th. We're doing a dinner with the Dancing Vegan, so it's a 3-course all vegan meal. And
what is that?
The 17th of October.
We should note that. What time?